And Jorge Martin, starting from the back of the front row, was one of the two riders going for that harder front tyre. Espargaro, Miller, Martin.
So here we go then, the second warm-up lap underway here for the TSO sprint in Jerez. Yeah, good point, Simon. The two KTMs made electric starts, didn't they?
Three.
Yeah, 11 points. Pekka Bagnaia is behind in the World Championship.
Steady
on. Pole position, full throttle, lights out, and we are go. Jack Miller, Aleix Espargaro tries to cut off Miller on his right-hand side, but
back behind Pekka Bagnaia, the pole man down to fifth.
He's getting beaten up here, Aleix Espargaro in fifth place. They're all safely and cleanly through turn two.
Zeki putting that out of his system. He was up initially into ninth place, but he looked wide there coming through the Dani Pedrosa corner.
Number 8, he has the advantage as they sweep in front of the packed grandstands here in Jerez. Binder, Martin, Miller, Bagnaia, Aleix Espargaro, number 13. You can see his right foot was off the foot peg. A good save there by Zarco, the Frenchman. A lap one.
Turn 4, that'll light up the eyes of Jack Miller, looking to restore that KTM 1-2, and Pekka Bagnaia will be just where he'd have wanted to be.
Into Dani Pedrosa corner, sensational by the Aussie.
Well, Martin was so good into the stadium section on the first lap. Is he going to repeat it on the second lap? Here he comes.
Ferrari for the second time. This is playing in the hands, isn't it, of Brad Binder? He's starting to move away. Bagnaia now pounced on the inside of Martin in the final. Down in 7th place, a 1:37.927.
He's at the back of this train watching a battle between Aleix Espargaro and Miguel Oliveira.
To 5th, he's not been able to move any further forward.
Yeah, trying to work out what went on in that group further back. Quartararo lost out, he's back to 4th.
Going to the main Grand Prix here tomorrow, leading the World Championship. He's 11 points behind Bezzecchi, and with no points in offer right now for the Mini VR 46 man behind him.
1.4 seconds covers your leading 7 in this sprint on lap 4 of 11. Then there's a 1.2 second gap back to...
He was the innocent victim of the early tangle before the red flags came out, and Alex Marquez...
He's just behind Alex Marquez, and he just goes down on his own. Bagnaia is having to check up there to avoid making contact.
He's gone down to Nakagami. Here comes Bagnaia trying to find a way through on Binder into the final corner. No way through.
What pace? In fact, the fastest rider of this group, once again on the last lap, was Dani Pedrosa as Taka Nakagami stomps away.
Corners on the Ducati yesterday, but they always find something when it really matters, doesn't it? And now Pekka Bagnaia continuing to...
Around turn 8, but he still holds the lead. He's also been given a track limits warning. It's going to be easy to pick out the riders that haven't been given one.
5 done and dusted. Binder's got the hammer down as we expect he would do. Personal best lap of the race for him, a 1:38.067. Right now, is he just biding his time, keeping his powder dry, just keeping a close eye on the two KTMs ahead of him, working out at the top 10. Still not good enough though for a point scoring finish in this sprint.
He's got a second and a half to make up to Maverick Vinales. If he's
been stellar in Spain up until that very...
If Dani Pedrosa keeps this going.
That's a dejected trudge and a half if you ever saw one, is it, for Aleix Espargaro, just like the Nakagami spill. Quickly then pushed back down to 5th place and never really recovered. You just wonder whether there might have been a front tyre pressure factor in a couple of these front end crashes.
We're going to find out at the end when we talk to the riders, but I believe so, Matt. You know, as soon as you're also the reason that both Jack and Brad Binder have fought tooth and nail to not let anyone...
Oh, absolutely superb right now. They both exchanged 1:38.2s. Bagnaia was at 1:38.5. Likewise, Martin.
Me just fine.
Look at that. Binder was so late on the brakes there. Miller is like dynamite, isn't he, on the front end of that KTM? Horrible 2023. Just keeps going from bad to worse. That's their 3rd crash of the weekend.
Behind him, the front end is going to cry enough. That's really been the story of Joan Mir's weekend so far. It has been a nightmare. To win a sprint was Brad Binder, all the way from 15th on the grid in Argentina. He's only had to come from 4th on the grid this time.
Sort of significant inroads here. He's still just under 4.5 tenths back of Binder in 2nd place.
Or is he?
He's locked to lock, isn't he, on that KTM? And once again, successive laps. Miller just comes back on through. He's not cooking a barbecue on that rear tyre. Binder is cooking up a South African braai, isn't he? Smoke pouring off the rear tyre as he came through turn 9. Tries to go for the triple success. Last lap on the way here then. KTM on course for 8. Jigs off again here. He's so good on the front end of that KTM in turn 6. Oh, he's wide. He's wide. He might
be up on 2nd place just yet.
And Martin wants that podium. You just feel like there's going to be a gung-ho move coming, as there's so often. He's going to take 2nd. Miller will cling on to 3rd place. He deserves that podium, but there is more. Brad Binder brilliance in the T.
A 1 and 3 for KTM. 2 and 4 for 2 of the Ducatis. Oliveira got 5th in the end.
4th place on the grid. What an absolute stunner that was from Brad Binder. We thought